We've got another caller update for you guys today, but before we get to that, I just want to say thank you to all of our past callers who've taken the time to update us on their situations. We love hearing from you, and we know that all of our listeners do too. So we initially spoke to Olivia on episode 153 with Elizabeth Reeser about a tough situation that she was facing involving her stepmom. To refresh your memory, we've put together a little recap of Olivia's original call, followed by the voicemail message that she recorded to update us on the current status of her situation today. Enjoy.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Olivia.
Olivia, tell us what's going on with your stepmother.
Over the course of time, our relationship has really always been rocky. When I was younger, she's a new mother in my life. I really wanted to please her and just try and do everything right. But really, nothing really worked with her. And just as I got older, I really started to notice how she would treat her own children better than how she treated my older brother and my older sister. And so I kind of made excuses for myself to make myself feel better. But it wasn't really confirmed that this was true until we were in the car when I was about 10 or 11 years old, and she blatantly told me that she treated her own kids better than she treated us. And so it's gotten to the point where it's kind of affecting my relationship with my dad as well. So my question to you guys is, should I keep trying to build a relationship with her for the sake of my dad, or should I just stop trying?
First of all, I really want you to talk to your father and tell him exactly what you told us, and say, just like what you said, I want to be a part of this family, and I'm actively trying. And what are the areas that we can fix without being overly critical at all, which you're not, towards your stepmother, because that will put him on the defensive.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, that'll put your father on the defensive. And so start there with your dad.
Can I just say, this is Elizabeth. First of all, you are so right. And this is really appalling and heartbreaking to even hear this, because it's so wrong. I mean, it's just wrong for her to treat you like that. And for you as a 10-year-old little girl, for her to have said that to you, and then you carry that around for the rest of your life, is just so devastating. So first of all, you're not wrong to feel the way you do. And I agree with Anna. I feel like you should talk to your dad. I just feel like it sounds like your dad and you have a relationship, a really loving relationship, and he obviously adores you, and maybe he can at least become more aware of what's going on.
Hi, Anna and Sim. It's Olivia from the Elizabeth Reeser episode. I just wanted to give you guys an update of what's going on in my life regarding my stepmom. So after I talked with you guys, I first decided to write down a list of things that I really wanted to bring up to my dad just regarding my stepmom and just the things that she said to me that still really affect me. And I took your advice and had a sit-down in-person conversation with him. And he said he really agreed with what I was saying, and he didn't know it affected me that much. So then after our conversation, he talked with my stepmom, and then eventually we all had a sit-down conversation together just about how I was feeling and how my stepmom was feeling and how we could just all come together and fix it. So at the end of this sit-down conversation, my stepmom and I just agreed to treat each other with more respect and just be nicer to each other. And then the rest of winter break for us was a lot better, and I really hope it stays like this in the future, so fingers crossed. But I just want to thank you both from the bottom of my heart and for giving me the courage to say how I was feeling, because without you guys, I probably never would have done this. And you both are just truly amazing, and I love what you do, and I love you guys so much. So thank you again.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by The Pill Club. Do you need to renew your birth control prescription? Want to switch your birth control? Maybe try it for the first time. Whether you know the brand you want or you're looking for help finding the best option, the Pill Club medical team has your back. With the Pill Club, you'll never have to make a trip to the doctor or wait in line at the pharmacy. The Pill Club is a birth control subscription prescribed by a medical professional and delivered straight to your door for free in discreet packaging. The Pill Club carries over 120 FDA-approved brands. Most brands of birth control are free with insurance or Medicaid. Otherwise, prices start as low as $7 per month without insurance. Right now, when you go to thepillclub.com/unqualified, The Pill Club is offering a $10 donation to bedsider.org for every unqualified listener who becomes a patient. Your donation will help low-income individuals get access to birth control through bedsider.org. That's thepillclub.com/unqualified to get your first birth control care package. That's thepillclub.com/unqualified to get your first birth control care package and donate to help more women in need of affordable birth control. Remember, thepillclub.com/unqualified. You must use the link to make a donation.
She was so cute.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Best Fiends. We all know there really is only one match 3 style game worth playing. It's the one with an actual storyline, cool collectible characters, and non-stop action-packed adventure. It's the one with literally thousands of challenging puzzles to solve. And yes, I'm using the word literally correctly. Of course, I'm talking about Best Fiends. You meet your best fiends early in their careers. They don't have much experience, but they have heart. I recognized a little piece of myself in each of them. And so I began to assemble the perfect team. I watched them grow as we solved puzzle after puzzle, working hard and playing hard. Today, my best fiends are ready to go anytime and anywhere. I'm really proud of what they have become. With new challenges and levels added all the time, there's never a boring moment. So download Best Fiends free today on the App Store or Google Play. That's Friends without the R. Best Fiends.
So right now, you want to explain what we're doing, or should I?
So we call listeners submit questions, advice, relationship advice questions.
Good. I'm really good at relationships.
We attempt to give them advice, and they're always really sweet and genuine, and it's always really flattering. I know sometimes I can be sarcastic, but I mean this was actually why we started the podcast. It was like I wanted to talk to strangers, and talk about relationships. It's tough because people are like, I don't like, whatever. Anyway, everyone knows exactly what I'm saying, I think.
Yes.
Do they?
Am
I
picking it up?
Okay, here we go.
All right, so we're going to talk to Juliana first.
Hello.
Hi, Juliana.
Hi.
Hi, Juliana. It's Anna.
Hi, nice to talk to you.
Yeah, hey, thanks so much for doing this. I hope that we could attempt to give you some good advice.
So Anna's going to introduce our special guest to you.
Yes, I'm here with Lena, headey.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not too shabby. Thanks.
Hey, Juliana, are you a fan of Game of Thrones? We've been kind of geeking out over here.
Yes, I am a huge fan.
Who's your favorite character?
Oh, that's
I feel like I have to see Cersei now.
Well, you
do.
kind of have to, because listen,
I'm hiding under your bed.
Yeah, we're sitting across from her as well. But no, she's Lena. You're amazing. Thank you for doing this, and Juliana, thank you for submitting a question, which I get to hear for the first time.
So Juliana, tell us what's going on with this. Actually, tell us your situation. Just start from the beginning.
Okay, so I have this group of friends that I met about 2 years ago. There's we're a big group. There's about 8 of us. And when we first met, there's a guy, John, that I was just immediately smitten with. He's super sweet, super funny, really laid back, which kind of complements my sometimes high-strung personality. But we talk a lot. We have a lot in common. But so about a year ago, I confessed my feelings for him. And he was nice about it, but was basically like, no, I'm not looking for a relationship. So I just dropped it and I didn't bring it up again. And then about a couple months ago, I found out that his roommate and another guy that's in our group liked me. So I thought about it for a little bit, but I eventually was like, no, I'm not interested in you in that way. But then I started to think about, could John potentially just have said no, knowing that his roommate liked me?
So I don't know if this is something I should bring up again, or if I should just leave it alone and not mention it again. Yeah.
Oh, my gut is that I think you would know if he had feelings for you that were the same. I think you would know. I know that there's sort of an idea of
bro code.
Exactly. I was gonna, yeah, but I'm not sure if after that time frame, if it lasts that long. What do you guys think? Lena,
Okay, so you think I shouldn't.
Yeah, I think you shouldn't. I think that, but wait, and if his roommate is interested in you, do you like him at all? Like, what's your feeling? What are your feelings about him?
Well,
and wait, and how did you find out that his roommate liked you?
So that's actually a funny story as well. He started texting me, his roommate, Cade, just started texting me like a lot, and just being like really sweet. So it was kind of obvious to me. And then my roommates actually went and asked him. So that we got confirmation pretty quick. But I did think about it for a while because, I didn't want to say like, yeah, let's like see where this goes if it wasn't, and I didn't want to like mess with him, because I wasn't sure. So I waited a little bit, just to see like if I developed anything for him in that way, and it just like never happened. So eventually I was just like, like I'm not seeing you in that way. So it's probably like not, it's probably for the best that we're just friends.
Yeah. I think when the roommate was texting you, was he like, did you get sort of a slimy feeling from any of his texts?
Oh, what kind of?
Like kind of a slimy feeling from any of his texts?
No, I didn't. We're all super close, and I would never have. Yeah, I didn't get the vibe at all.
So well, yeah, because I think probably the guy you have a crush on, told his roommate that you said that you told him that you liked him, and and so, but what I suspect that, and I don't know anything, Juliana, I'm sorry, but I suspect that I just suspect that you would know in your gut if you should say it again, and I think that I just don't want you to be vulnerable again. But don't you think, Sim?
Yeah, I do, but I don't know if he.
Do you think? Am I completely off base with this?
If my roommate, let's just say I had a roommate, and my roommate really liked someone and talked about her all the time, every single day, I know that she's off limits, and I would respect that.
Yes, but here's the thing. I think that too much time has passed.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't like this was a matter of like a couple of months. Like, this has been over a year. And so if he has feelings towards her, at some point, he's going to be like, dude, I know, like...
I don't know. Do you think that... What if are they really close? Or how close are they?
They're really close.
Yeah.
They are extremely close. Yeah.
It's not just a roommate. It's their close
well,
friends.
Then I don't... but here's the thing. So let's say she says again, like, hey, I'm still into you. How are you feeling? And he's like, oh, no, well, let's just be friends. But
she would know then, right? At least she would know.
Well, does she though?
I don't know. I think it's...
if you're sort of positing the question of like, poor Lena's like... but she's jet lagged. But no, I think. What are your? I feel like this is a question for your friends because there's so many things that we don't know. We don't know like if the roommate is kind of a sleazy asshole that like wants to like, that's why I asked about the text messages. Because if he's like, oh yeah, well, Juliana, whatever, like, I don't know, dude my best buddy won't have her, or like would not have her, whatever. I'm talking like Chad. But so I don't know I don't know the kindness level of your friends. So I think that this might be a good one to ask your friends about as well, you know? And because there is that weird loyalty that young men have, I think, you know, but it's misplaced because it views women as commodities. There's like the implicit ownership over women when guys abide to a bro code. So so take that into consideration. And
Never saw it that way.
Of course
I saw
you
it as
didn't.
being respectful.
Yeah, of course you didn't.
Oh my God.
Ownership, really?
Yeah. Okay. Yes, of course. It's like, oh, my friend really it's viewing the idea of love as interchangeable. Like this person is special and she's cool and beautiful and I want her or whatever, but there's also other ones in line.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks, Lena.
Yes.
Nice contribution.
I'm just trying to clarify what's happening. You're saying you like a guy and he hasn't responded?
Yeah, but yeah, she's
then
worried.
Walk
that,
away.
Like,
fuck him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Listen, but you know, that's so much easier said than done.
Yeah.
Or you could wait till.
I do think you should fundamentally take Lena's advice for sure. Because even if it is bro code that he's abiding to, and he somehow needs permission from his roommate to date you, that's something that he should examine. I'm not saying that it's completely wrong, but it's something that he should examine and mature past before, so anyway, my ultimate advice is don't say anything to original dude.
Yes.
But
you don't.
But ask your friends and you know, because the idea of bro code is archaic and sexist.
Littlefinger's got something to say.
No, I don't. You know what? I'm warming up to you.
Well, you should, because it's logical.
I agree with that.
It's not viewing like love as precious, as like this person is somebody that's on my mind all the time, and I can't not be with them. Instead, it's like, oh, I got to be cool, and like otherwise, my friends are going to rag on me.
It's a good point.
Thank you.
It's a good point.
Do people say rag anymore? I don't know.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, Juliana,
thank you so much, Juliana.
Sim, yeah, thank you so much. Sweet Sim was in a fraternity, so he's still learning some of the rules.
Yeah. Yes, it's because I was in a fraternity.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I know this to be true. But so what I'm just saying is, regardless of whatever it is, I would ask your friends, and I would, and you know, and maybe start getting out and dating other people. You know, and will you please let us know, because I think that we're going to get a lot of response on this, because I know this. I think this is a really, really common. You know, I felt this way in college, and yeah. Anyway, we love you.
Thank you so much, Juliana.
Thank you, Juliana.
Of course. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Please keep in touch. Thank you. Bye, darling.
Thank you.
We have one more call, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Do you have time, or do you know?
I got a message saying you had like 10 minutes. How many minutes? 10? Perfect.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, we are now talking to
I'm good. I'm sitting here at the comfy couch.
Ariana. And Ariana is in Connecticut, and she's 24.
That's funny, though, Sim, that you hadn't thought about things like that. I don't know, like the idea of being respectful versus.
I mean, he was really close to him. I mean, they were close friends.
Yeah, but
Ariana?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? It's Sim.
Hi, Sim.
Hi, Ariana.
Can you hear us?
Hi, it's Anna.
And
Hi.
Anna's going to introduce our special guest to you.
Yes, we have Lena Headey. Fuck, why do I always want to put an L in there? Do people do that?
Yes, they do.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Are you jogging?
Good. How are you?
So wait, Ariana, Yeah, tell us what's going on.
Tell us what's going on.
Yeah, so it's kind of a long story, but
We only have about 10 minutes. I'm so sorry.
But we can also
Okay.
talk to her
we
later.
if we don't,
we can
yeah,
call
we
you
don't
back
right,
too.
exactly. Perfect.
Okay, so long story short, I have to decide whether or not I'm going to invite my sister to my wedding. We've had like a very difficult relationship, and she's like a couple years older than me. And I honestly feel as though she resents me because we're so different. It's constantly her trying to compete with me in every aspect that she can. And I've been trying to work on our relationship. My fiance is a huge believer in family first. You know, we got to stick together. We're one big family, and we want to be happy. But over this past summer, when we got engaged, my mom kind of asked me, you know, would you ever consider your sister for your bridal party? And at first I was like, no, she's, you know, we don't really mesh. She doesn't really understand social etiquette. And I got to thinking about it, and I was like, it wouldn't be right to not include my sister in the festivities. But I put a caveat. I said, you know, don't say anything to her. I just want to see how she'll do, you know, in a social setting. So I thought my engagement party would be the perfect place for her to kind of prove that she can handle herself, that, you know, like it's not going to be a big to-do. Except she sent me a Facebook invite to her Halloween party that is the exact same day as my engagement party. Mind you, my engagement party was set for the first weekend in November. So I was completely blown away, and my mom was like, well, maybe she just got the dates mixed up. And she actually didn't get the dates mixed up, and she couldn't comprehend why I was like hurt and angry with her actions. You know, she called me a bridezilla and just like totally freaked out. And now I'm faced with this like huge dilemma. You only get married once, and she's my sister, but I don't really know if I want her at my wedding because I don't want her to ruin it, but I also don't want to regret her not coming. So
Is she older or younger?
What do you think I should do?
Well, I have a couple
older.
of thoughts. She's older?
Mm-hmm.
Is she married?
32. No.
Oh, so you guys have a bit of an age gap.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, here. Well, I have a lot of wedding thoughts. People tend to, you know, they like, I put it lamely, like they show their hands, like, you know, people. If they're looking for drama, they are able to find a way. Having said that, so that's just so you emotionally prepare yourself for the upcoming months. When people that will surprise you with the kind of like maybe the undramatic people in your life will bring some shit to the table, and maybe the people that you think are going to be dramatic are actually really supportive. I think that like Ariana, you seem like a really kind, rational, loving person, and I'm not sure it would sit easy with you if you didn't invite her. But here's what I would suggest. I would because clearly, you know, there's sibling competitiveness, which, you know, which it sounds like she's got her stuff going on, and she may be jealous of you and maybe your relationship with your parents. I would not engage with your parents if you can resist, if your mom or whatever, because parents always get so excited about the wedding planning, they bring their own like whatever baloney. And so I know that your mom probably doesn't mean to rile you up at all, but try to resist engaging in that conversation. I would invite your sister, but also I would try to, if you can, spend some time with her and say, like, you know, I feel like we haven't been as close, and this is like a big moment in my life, and unfortunately, I think what would make you happiest in the long term, even though it's hard to do, is like that olive branch extending, and say I want you to, like, can you help, like, what kind of flowers do you think, like be imagine yourself as like Mr. Rogers, or, you know, like a kindergarten teacher, like the most patient version of yourself you could possibly be. And I think that if she doesn't sort of soften to that, and she'll be flattered that you ask her advice on some things, and that you explain to her, I want to be close to you. And I know that weddings, like, there's a lot of hubbub and a lot of drama. And you know, and I'm like, be vulnerable with her. Say, I'm nervous about these things. Like, and if she's not generous to that kind of approach, then call us back and we will talk. But if you can be the stronger sibling in this instance, because who knows what's going on with her. She may be dealing with whatever, relationship shit or drug shit or work shit, whatever is going on in her unhappiness in her life. This is a time for you to celebrate your next journey, but it also requires you to be reflective on the good things that are happening to you that aren't happening to other people. Does that make sense? That sounds like the worst thing that's ever come out of my mouth. I'm sorry. Because I also want to say, fuck that bitch.
I was going to say, you're being very generous.
But I just don't think it will sit easy. I just think like the long game is like, there's going to be so much drama.
Yeah, just invite her. Life's too short to have any regrets like that. Just invite her.
But I think you need to make her feel valued, because it sounds like she could stir up trouble if she doesn't feel valued.
Yeah, I definitely could see that. I feel like my biggest concern is that I've tried to kind of subtly let her show her true character. And I feel like if it's not about her, then she doesn't want to be a part of it. I'm more than happy to try and extend an olive branch. I worry that it's going to kind of transform into this bigger thing.
And you may be right, but Ariana, I think that if you go in with like truly open arms, without passive, like anything passive aggressive, and if that still doesn't work, if that's not disarming to her, then I think that, you know, that she may have some mental issues or whatever. But I think that you, like, the long game between your family, weddings they're like this incubation of drama. And
why don't you elope? Can you elope? Is that an option? It's cheaper, Ariana. I'm just saying.
No, but you know, don't. And people, they do this subconsciously. You know, they don't mean to be. Like, I'm sure, whatever. Like, your mom is like wrapped up in her stuff.
Does your sister have a boyfriend? Hello,
Lena. Sorry.
Does she have a boyfriend?
Ariana, does she have a boyfriend? Your sister?
I know you.
I don't actually know if she's seeing anyone or not. I
you
don't
need to
think
set
so.
her up. Like, take away her attention from you during the setup to the wedding. Just like, even if you pay someone to date her for the run-up and the wedding, you'll be grand.
All right, so we have to say bye to Ariana.
Hey, Ariana, yeah, please keep us posted. Weddings are filled. Just know, I don't know if it's comforting or not, but just know that people bring the drama. And please keep us posted, because this is we talk about weddings a lot.
Thank you so much, Ariana.
Yeah, Ariana, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, please
thank
be
you.
in touch.
Bye.
Bye.
And Lena, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Out of
so much fun.
So
I have to pee.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, and also Fighting with My Family, theaters February 14th.
Go see it. It's a cracker.
This episode of Unqualified is brought to you in part by Intuit, powering products like TurboTax, QuickBooks, Mint, and Credit Karma. Intuit works for what you work for, and it was only recently that I found out they were working for me. I've been using QuickBooks for years, and more recently began using Mint, which is an easy way to create monthly budgets. It was a bit surprising to realize how much I could save by learning how to make coffee. With Intuit, artificial intelligence can predict your future cash flow, recognize a misplaced digit in an account or routing number, and even connect users with live experts who can assist with navigating life changes or help with unique tax situations. Everything is automatically organized as you track your personal or business expenses by scanning receipts, invoices, and other financial documents, while smart budgeting tools let you know before you overspend. Innovative features like these make managing your finances simple, but as you probably already knew, innovation is at the core of everything Intuit does. Discover how Intuit's products can help you see what's possible at intuit.com. That's INTUIT.com. This episode is brought to you in part by Plant Botanical. As everyone slowly comes out of hiding, many of you are asking the same questions. Am I ready for actual human contact? Should I swipe right? Will they look like their picture? Do I look like my picture? Is that the face of an axe murderer? Do I really want to take off these sweats? And for those of you who get that far, what drink should I be casually sipping? I have the answer to that one. While your date sits awkwardly silent, stunned by your good looks, dazzled by your intellect, or wondering how to dispose of your body, the drink in your hand should be delicious, refreshing, crisp, clean, Plant Botanical Vodka Seltzer. Weighing in at only 1 carb, made with real fruit and botanicals traditionally used for stamina, immunity, and detox, Plant Botanical is already thinking about your future encounters. Follow and DM at Plant Loves You and share a story or video of your funniest, wildest, or most awkward date for a chance to win up to $1,000 for your next one. Plant Botanical, your perfect companion while you look for your perfect companion. Available at Target, Pavilions, Vons, Total Wine, or visit plantlovesyou.com to find a store near you. Plant Vodka and Vodka Seltzer. Just the good shit.
To wrap up today's episode, we're going to go to another classic call. This call is from Melissa Benoist's episode and involves a caller, Nina, who is finding it especially difficult to get over her recent breakup because her roommate is dating her ex-boyfriend's identical twin brother. And please don't forget to contact us at unqualified.com/contact to share your feedback or suggest a classic call that you want to hear. Okay, let's listen.
Hello.
Hey, Nina.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Nina.
Wait, Melissa Benoist is here. I'm here with Anna and Melissa Benoist. Nina, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Melissa is kind of freaking out right now. You didn't know what to expect?
No.
You didn't know that Nina would just pop up in your ear?
No.
You had this reaction of this like joy and like excitement.
Like jazz hands.
I have the same reaction.
You're doing jazz hands right now?
No, thank you so much for calling in. And as per usual, Melissa and I don't know what question you're about to ask, but Sim does.
Nina, so there's a weird situation here. Your roommate is dating your ex-boyfriend's identical twin brother. You're trying to move on, so seeing your ex's clone in your apartment every day has got to be hard. Let's see if Anna and Melissa can help you out with this situation.
Wait, we definitely...
Yeah, okay, so I was with this guy that I cared about for a while. It ended pretty abruptly, so we had to do the whole, not talk to each other thing, delete all of, the pictures, the text messages, really actively try to move on, but it's really hard to do when your roommate starts dating the identical twin brother and is trying to possibly spend forever with him. So, it's just hard. Sometimes I come home and he's there and their expressions are the same. They're not the same person, but they live together and they run a business together. So anytime I hear something about the twin brother, I'm hearing about him as well. It's secondhand hearing about his life, even though I'm not asking about it.
Do you miss your ex, or how do you feel?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Do you miss, how much do you miss, the previous relationship?
A lot. I still care about him, and he's not a bad guy. It's just, it had to end, and it's not going to happen again. So I need to move forward.
Why did it have to end? Do you mind me asking?
He, like I said, so him and his brother started a business together, and he can't really balance, and it was kind of a give, like a lot of give and not a lot of like reciprocating from him. And it gets to the point where like even though you care about someone, you can only handle so much of not like getting what you need out of a relationship.
Yeah, totally. Yes. Oh boy, but man, I could not imagine what it's like
either
to see somebody that looks just like your ex come in to the house or apartment every day. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
It's really hard. He also, my roommate's boyfriend, he doesn't have a car. So the guy that I was with will have to come pick him up and drop him off when he comes over.
Yeah, this is. So how do you feel resentment towards your roommate?
What did you say?
Do you feel any resentment towards your roommate, or like do you like?
No, I mean they knew each other previously, and they just ended up like hitting it off, like wanting something more. And I can't blame her or him for that. Neither of them are doing anything wrong. It's not their fault. It just obviously doesn't make it any less sucky.
They're identical twins.
They're identical twins.
Yeah.
I would not know what to do. I mean, especially for guys to get over women. I remember, if I was going through a tough breakup, everything I would see would remind me of my ex, whether it's a song
right.
or like you drive by a restaurant or anything, and that would put me. But seeing your ex-boyfriend's identical twin every single day because your roommate is dating him, I don't know what I would do. I would have to leave. I would have to leave.
Has there been a conversation?
Yeah, it's really
about
hard, and I don't want it to like bring a divide in our friendship or anything like that. And
No.
she's like one of my best friends, but sometimes it's hard,
It seems like you've been actually, the way you've been describing the story, you've been really generous with your friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like you haven't accused her of anything. Like you've been really generous with that, because a lot of people would be like, why would my friend date, my twin, like my ex's twin or whatever. But you haven't done that at all, which is really admirable. But
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, you go first. I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, that's okay. Yeah, I was just going to say, like, I feel like I've been doing everything, like, possibly, like, I could imagine to do to, like, move forward from him. And, like, I haven't even tried to, like, stalk his social media, like, anything like that, like, just trying to move forward. And I think I'm doing really well. And then I'll come home and I'll be like, oh, hey.
Right, because most of the
like
time, out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
Is the
right.
cure.
Mm-hmm. But that's not the case here, Melissa, at all.
No. Have you had a conversation with your roommate about how it might be weird?
No, I haven't, because, I mean, I feel like it's unfair,
Mm-hmm.
Be like, this is my house, but it's also your house, but could you not have your boyfriend over? Like, that's not nice to do or fair.
Jeez, I feel pretty stumped.
Wait, what about moving out? Can you move out, or is it hard to kind of break a lease or try to find another roommate?
We so this is second semester for us, and we're done at the end of April, and she's actually only going to be living. She's not moving in with us again next year. We're still going to be friends, but she only has a semester left, so she won't be living there. But the guys are actually looking for apartments in my hometown. So when I go home for the summer, they're living like a block away from where I'm working.
It's getting better and better.
It just never ends.
Oh boy. Okay, so
by the way, I think this is the first time I've ever seen Anna completely stumped.
I really am.
This is history. We're talking about 19 episodes deep, and Anna does not know what to do.
I really do feel. I don't know. I don't know what to. I mean, because. I guess I want to get to the idea of like, you're on a scale of 1 to 10. What are your emotional feelings towards him? Like, if 10 were the most intense in love that anyone could ever get. 1 were the most lukewarm. What would your feelings towards your ex be?
Currently?
Yes.
It's hard to say. Like, it's different through, like, the days now that it's been, like, a little while, but I would say probably still, like, 7.
Okay, so that means bordering between 7 and 8.
Yeah.
Which means, like, it could be possibly a 9.
Yeah, on some days. Sure.
And then I'm sure some days it's a 10.
Sure. On days that you're feeling lonely. Yeah, that makes total sense. Okay, all right, so now we know where to work from.
Right.
Now I don't know what to do. So what's the practical advice?
I know what I would say.
What?
Just date other people. That's it. Get on Tinder and start dating other dudes immediately.
Yeah.
That's the only way,
Yeah.
to kind of, I mean, if you're single and you're gonna see him all the time, and you see his twin every single day, I would just say start dating. Start dating. How are you? Are you dating anyone right now? Are you actually actively looking to date people?
I mean, I'm not, like, opposed to it, but I'm not, like, on dating sites or anything.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should. I think Sim is actually totally right. Because I think that just exposure to other people, getting out there, even if it's awful, I don't know.
Yeah.
You might go on about 15 or 16 really bad dates, first dates. And every single date you might go home and you might think to yourself, man, that date sucked, and he's nowhere near close to my ex-boyfriend in terms of everything I love about a guy. And don't let that discourage you. You know what you do? You go out with the next guy you match up with on Tinder or on Hinge or whatever site you're on, and just keep going. It'll become a numbers game. It'll be frustrating. It'll be long. It might take a while, but it really beats the alternative at this point. Don't you guys think?
Yes. I just think that, like, the more people that you interact with, the more people that you get to know, the more people that, you can.
Yeah, I mean, it's networking anyways, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I say, you know what? We'll dig this other twin a grave here in LA. You just ship him over here. we gotta go. Oh my God, now I'm on record. Oh my God, I'm going to get caught by the feds.
All right. Nina, I'm sorry. I wish we could be a little more helpful.
Will you check back in with us?
No, it's okay. It's a difficult one.
This is a tough.
But will you please? I want you to go out there and date. I think Sim is completely right.
If anyone out there have any other suggestions as to what Nina could do, it's just write them on Twitter or Facebook or on Instagram or whatever. And Melissa, you have an idea.
Yeah, I don't know. Anytime I've been through a bad breakup, it's not even dating. It's just keeping busy.
Yes.
It's just like, do the things that you even might roll your eyes at sometimes. Like, go take like a crazy Kundalini yoga class, or like, I got into pottery after a breakup, and now I have a pottery wheel in my house. Like,
that's cool.
Even just something. I'll just sing Unchained Melody to myself when I do it.
I immediately went to Ghost, by the way, as soon as you said that.
Because I think dating and meeting people too, the more you give, the more you'll get back in return, in terms of giving positivity to the world. But I also, just keeping your mind and your soul busy too is really valuable. It has helped me.
I absolutely agree.
Oh, man, when did Melissa start giving such great advice?
She's a natural.
Nina, thank you.
Thank you,
calling.
Nina. Check back in with us.
Please do.
Okay, I will.
I'm sorry that you have to see the twin every day. But yeah, let us know how it goes.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye. Thank you.
That's hard.
It is hard.
That's crazy.
Right? I know. Okay.
It's like a coincidence of all coincidences.
Oh. I would feel it would be difficult for me to date somebody who is like in utero with their sibling. I would feel threatened because I need too much.
You're saying you just wouldn't want to date a twin in general?
Okay, if you put it that bluntly,
Racist
Melissa.
towards twins.
I wasn't about to say it like that.
That's funny because usually isn't the opposite? Usually everyone's like, ooh, twins.
I always feel like guys are like that with girls.
Yeah, it is the other way around. You're right. I don't know if I would date a twin either. Because they have their psychic connection when you only want that for the
and it's like you want the power. Come on. Someone else is going to have the power. My power.
Well, some guys have that twin fantasy.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what my theory is about that.
What's your theory?
Well, it's less about sort of like the actual twin, but more about like sort of double the pleasure. Like when you get like when you're in, a South Asian country and you get a double massage with like two people or something, and you don't really have to think about the idea of identity.
So, you have four hands working you?
So,
anonymously.
How Hugh Hefner had his blonde, face of like 7 girls that sort of looked exactly the same. So it's like you don't have to think about identity. You just think it's just all just a pleasure. Like you are just like a sponge of pleasure. So I don't know.
Interesting
That's where I'm
theory.
going. What do you think?
Interesting theory.
Twin. Because you don't really, you're not going to be wanting to think, like, let's say you're making love to a twin, like 2 blonde twins.
Okay.
Right? You're making love, Melissa, you're making love to 2 blonde twins. You're not thinking like, oh man, I hope that one's feelings aren't hurt because I didn't get her that vegan sandwich that she wanted earlier or whatever. You're just thinking like I can blend this identity into one like entity that I don't have to think about.
Zone.
It's just like pleasure, all orifices. I can shut off my brain. Right? Come on, you guys.
Mike is giggling. Mike's like, absolutely, 100%.
So when you don't have to actually think about a person's identity, it's easy to objectify them. Now we're bringing it back to the feminist standpoint.
All right. Well, I'm not going to comment.
I just knocked my head against it. But no, come on. Right? Though I do have a point. Do I not or not?
I don't know what you want me to say.
I want you to say, Anna, you're right.
You can't do it.
You can't do it.
I don't want to do it.
It's
incriminating. I can't say it.
What? Just say, Anna, you're right. It's easy.
You might be right. For certain men, absolutely.
Like who?
I'm sure there are guys out there that think that way.
Like, but why don't you repeat what you think that I mean?
Well,
with what I just said.
I don't think I need to repeat it. I think you made it abundantly clear and you articulated it perfectly. You're basically saying that guys don't see 2 girls as 2 people. They see them as one entity just for physical pleasure if they're twins. That's what you're saying. Okay.
How do the twins feel in this situation? That's what I want to know. Like, isn't it weird also?
It's not a man's fault. Because it is like, I think it is like an easy, it's like, it really is like getting a double massage.
I think
it's like I want to check out. I
think you're simplifying it. I think you're simplifying it completely.
Simplifying men? How could that what do you mean?
I think you're not giving men enough credit in the sense that in the sense that this is
giving men credit. This is a new segment.
What I'm saying is that I don't think that's fair for you to simplify that thought process with twins in your bed, because I think that anytime a guy has 2 women, regardless of the fact if they're twins or not, that's a lot of pressure on the guy. A lot.
Okay, wait, no. I'm not talking about reality, Sim. I'm talking about fantasy. No man is actually going to have 2 women in his bed at the same time.
No man will ever have
like
that.
Ever, never.
Like, much less twins. But the idea of the fantasy of twins lets sort of a man off the hook of thinking about identity.
Yes. I wonder, you're right, because it's really, it's,
back it up.
Okay.
What did you say?
All I'm saying is that it's rare for a guy to find twins that want to sleep with one. It's weird to. First of all, I think it's really weird.
With the new revolution, Simsarna,
it's
rare to find twins that want to sleep with the same guy at the same time.
I just think that it would be strange. Anna, if you had a twin sister, it would be really strange for you to say, "Hey, let's go double team that dude over there."
That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Like, what are the twins feel? They're the ones in the three-way.
Point.
What the men find attractive about the fantasy.
Fine, it's an amazing fantasy. Okay, is that what you want to hear? It's incredible. That would be amazing if it ever happened to any guy. I don't know how many guys it's ever happened to, but yes. Sounds incredible, Anna. Is that what you want to hear?
This is the first full-blown argument Simsarna and I have ever gotten into. And it's about making love to twins.